Hi, so let's talk about awareness, self-awareness, and getting clear. So one of the really important things that you need to be able to do is get clear on what the struggle is, right? So initially what we do is work out what the struggle is, where you're at now, and then work out where you would like to be in the future. And what that future you might look like. What will she be doing? What will she be eating? How will she be moving? What is that thing? I'm straightening this up. What is that thing that you're looking for that you would like to change, right? That thing that needs to be different. And how will she be showing up in the future? What will she be doing differently than she's doing now? So how would you like to feel? It's usually the easiest question. What would you like to feel like instead? Right? How would you prefer to feel compared to now? So if we wrote down all the things you're dealing with now, all the things that you want to change or that you are not serving you, that you're not happy with on one side of a page, all the negatives, right? The things that you're struggling with. And sometimes it's not even a negative, it's just that you're wanting to improve something, right? So it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. But let's just say for this exercise, we're writing down all the negative things that we are dealing with, that we would love to change if we could, if we had a magic wand, right? And on the other side of the page, we're going to write down all the things we would like instead, how we would like to feel instead, how we would like to be showing up instead, what would we be doing instead. So they're all the positives, the things that you're looking for in the future you, how the future you might be showing up, right? That gives you an idea of the journey of where we're going to, because what you want to know is you want to have a vision in your mind at least, or on paper, something that gives you that vision of what is possible for you, what dream big, what is possible for you, what other alternatives are there, what else could you be feeling like, showing up like, dressing like, eating like, moving like. Who is she? What are you doing now, and what do you want to be doing in the future? So it's really important to have that self-awareness of, wow, these are the things that I really don't want anymore. They're not serving me. I don't want them anymore. They can go. So there's the kind of things, the things you've got that you don't want, and then the things that you want that you don't have. Yeah, if that makes sense. So that gives us a path of where we're headed to and what we're looking for. So it's really important to have that awareness, but also it gives you a really clear indication of where you're struggling, what you're struggling with, right? And what type of things you're struggling that you don't want anymore, that you're feeling unhappy with. So then you're clear on what you don't want, because sometimes often too, like we ask ourselves, what do we want? But we actually don't know because we haven't asked ourselves that for a very long time. And often we are disconnected from that, right? So we're not even thinking about ourselves. We're not even thinking or dreaming about what we want. We're just getting by. We're just surviving, yeah? So there comes a point in time when you might be free, and this is where we're going to give you that freedom and that space to do this, where you can start dreaming about what you would love to be showing up like instead. What would you like to feel like instead, other than what you've got now? So if you're, staying up late every night, obviously, you might want to go to bed earlier. If you're spending a lot of time, wasted time scrolling on the phone, you may like to do something different instead. You might like to read a book, right? So you may have a dream of something else you'd like to do. Maybe you'd like to do a course. So maybe if you haven't had the confidence, you might like to grow your confidence. And that might be to change jobs, or to do a course, or to go dancing, or to wear that dress that you want to wear. So it's from where you are now to where you're going, and what you would like will give you that vision. And that's really important, I think, to know where you're going. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about getting clear. And sometimes that will just take just talking, writing it down. Sometimes we're not even aware of how upset we are with the things that's going on for us until we voice it, until we tell somebody that we're really, we've been really not proud of ourselves for doing this particular habit, or we're not happy with ourselves with the way that we look, or we've been self-loathing on ourselves in the mirror. Like once we voice it and actually own it, and we can clear it, right? Like hiding it and keeping it to yourself, not telling anybody, is just making it build up until one day it will crack, right? So this is about coming clean, being honest, working out, and sometimes you might just pick one thing, right? You don't need to do the whole list, but I think the list, making the list of negatives versus the positives or possibilities of what you want instead, gives you a really good brain dump. And I think that's really important to get clear on where you're at now and what the struggle is, so you can move forward. Because without doing that, if you don't know, or you haven't put any thought into that, or you haven't made any decisions or picked something that you want to improve, you know, you need to get to that point. You need to acknowledge there's something you don't want anymore, right? So rather than putting our heads in the sand and just pretending everything's fine, we have to actually acknowledge and decide the one thing that we want to do. Might be 2 or 3 things you want to change, but that's where we're starting from. That's the starting point. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. And let's pick a couple of things that you're ready to deal with, yeah, ready to change, or add in. It might even be something you want to add into your world, into your life. It doesn't have to be removing or changing. It could be something you just want more goodness. You want more things in your world that you love. Yeah? Great. So I hope that helps. Bye.